Time we had the talk. Not about the birds and the bees, but the scammers and the fees. Guys, today we're taking a look at the phenomenon known as the DogeTuber, okay? The DogeTuber, they're a strange species, a subclassification of the family of scammers. And the specific genus is financial shills, but it's even more specific than that. The DogeTuber lacks empathy, heart, and any morality at all. It masquerades as a genuine analyst for crypto, but in actuality, it only has one analysis in its arsenal: to the moon. Buy now. Get rich. 420 Dogecoin, Elon Musk, Discord. Buy the signals now. To the moon! The DogeTuber is full of enthusiasm, but they lack any moral empathy for people getting wrecked by their advice. They only care about their own profits, which they get by constantly evangelizing about the latest crypto that they're holding or they're getting paid to promote. And look, the reason I'm making this video is because crypto's in the news right now and DogeTubers can be highly deadly to your portfolio's health. And I want to make sure you're as educated as possible because it's my advice that you stay away from these people. But they can be hard to spot, which is why I'm going to be giving you 4 symptoms someone you know could be a DogeTuber. No, really, this is a real thing. Look, they're hard to spot. Like I said, they can look like they're just enthusiastic about crypto, but there's key differences. So number 1, what does the DogeTuber do? DogeTubers, they give investment advice while pretending to not be giving you investment advice. And look, you may have seen this disclaimer in 100 YouTubers bios. I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. It's for all entertainment purposes. Do your own research and diligence before buying stocks and crypto, blah, blah, blah. Look, this is a normal legal disclaimer people have to use. It's like when a lawyer who's not your lawyer says this is not legal advice. But DogeTubers use this as camouflage, as cover, as a loophole to sort of Willy Wonka their way out of legal liability. Because what they'll do is they'll portray themselves as an expert, then they'll give you financial advice, sprinkle a little fairy dust, I'm not giving you financial advice, and they somehow absolve themselves, which means that if you get wrecked, it's all on you. They're not going to take any responsibility. And to be clear, not everyone who has this disclaimer, who's like educating you on how to analyze stocks, is a problem. They're not DogeTubers, right? If a finance YouTuber is teaching you how to evaluate stocks, that's not financial advice. They're teaching you sort of how to do the thing. What is different is if someone gives you financial advice, they say, hey, go buy this, go buy that. How is that not financial advice? They're telling you, hey, you want to get rich like me? Go buy this. That's financial advice. You can't then say, I'm not a financial advice. This is all entertainment. If you're telling people what to do. Now for this next tip, we got to go to the board. So the next tip is that DogeTubers are constantly shilling some Dogecoin that they've been paid to promote. So this combined with part 1 is what makes the DogeTuber so deadly. By pretending to be an expert, saying that they're not giving you financial advice, but giving you financial advice, they can enrich themselves while making you poorer. So these people, they're not going to tell you what their position is in these cryptos. They're not going to tell you that they got paid, but nonetheless, they will promote these things to the moon, telling you that they're the next big thing, but not telling you that they're going to make a killing on it. Here's what one of these DogeTubers looks like on Twitter. It's a Sam Pepper, by the way. He's famous for like faking a prank where he killed his friend or something. I don't know. They say this coin is bound to go up. Interesting. Might be 5 to 10 minutes late announcing info. And then they say, I'm really excited to be promoting and hyping this new coin by the amazing team at Rootkit Finance. They're telling you, oh, it's going to be so great, huge growth. It's going to the moon. It's going up. The project keeps expanding, blah, blah, blah. Truly amazing project. And then at the very bottom, not financial advice. Once again, we see the DogeTuber's classic note. But the key thing here is that it's not just one thing. He's constantly shilling altcoins. That's what he does on his Twitter account. Now, the next feature of a DogeTuber is that they're never negative. This is a key thing. They're always bullish. There's no money in bad news. There's no money in real analysis, which sometimes includes, like the truth, like the coin sucks, right? Instead, they replace analysis with words like get rich, to the moon, and pumping. Now, look, let me be clear. The DogeTuber is not the same thing as a crypto enthusiast who also kind of sounds like that sometimes. Because here's the deal. I'm not going to get mad, and no one's going to get mad about people getting excited that they put $500 into Dogecoin 2 years ago and they saw it go to $1,000 or $100,000. I'm happy for you, dude. I wish that was me. But the difference is this. The DogeTuber isn't excited about their portfolio. They want to get you excited so you buy in and then make their portfolio go up, right? That's the real intention behind it all. This is what makes them so slimy, is because they say they're trying to do one thing, which is this, I'm just a crypto analyst, baby, just analyzing these sweet cryptos, when actually they're just shilling it and they're just salesmen, right? Which brings us to number 4. The DogeTuber used to be thought of among ecologists, among cryptologists, as being a relative of the analyst, a weird, offshoot, a genetic mishap. But the truth is that according to new research coming out in the journal Nature, the DogeTuber is actually a relative of the salesman, because even though they might provide some analysis or some facts about a coin, they're only doing that to give you the good news, and they'll never give you the bad news, which is more like a salesman, right? Like you go to a car lot, they're gonna tell you it goes 0 to 60 in 4 seconds. They're gonna tell you, what the price is, how great everything is. What they're not gonna tell you is that it's been in 4 wrecks and the transmission's gone in 2 weeks, right? They never show you the bad side of it, which makes them different from an analyst. And it's all of these 4 things, right? Giving advice, pretending not to be giving advice. Constantly shilling things that they have a stake in and they're not telling you they have a stake in. They're always giving you super bullish price projections saying it's going to the moon. And of course, the last one, which is they're salesmen, not actual analysts. The 4 of these is what identifies the DogeTuber scumbag. And here's where I want to introduce you to a DogeTuber to give you an idea of what all 4 of these together look like. This is Miles G Investments. And it only takes a single look at this guy's page to understand what's going on here. Dogecoin, breaking news, huge moves, rocket. Dogecoin, $2. Dogecoin, get rich tonight. Or one of my personal favorites, Dogecoin will make you rich tomorrow for $21. That was the day Dogecoin actually, instead of pumping, crashed. To say that this is irresponsible is the understatement of the century. You're sending hundreds of thousands of people constant sales pitches for Dogecoin, making them rich, and no amount of saying, well, I'm not an investor, I'm not a financial advisor. When you say Miles G Investments, no amount of that is going to absolve you of this responsibility. I don't even care if it's a legal thing, hey, legally he covered his bases. You're a douche. You're a bad person if you do this to followers, because no matter what you say, they're gonna follow you, right? They're gonna look at your headlines, they're gonna look at your titles, and yeah, you might say that I'm just playing the crypto game, right? I just have to do what I have to do. But when you're doing this and you're telling people they're gonna get rich tonight, they're gonna go in, a lot of them are gonna get wrecked, and what are you gonna do? Nothing. You're gonna say, well, it wasn't my fault. These people are a blight on the crypto community. I hate to say it. And it's not up to me to, grandstand and say they should be taken off the platform. You guys know I'm not a fan of anyone getting deplatformed. Instead, I hope these people just reflect on what they're doing and are like, hey, this is bad, right? It's not just this guy, by the way. I'm picking on him specifically. That's why it's an entire classification. It's the DogeTuber. This is what they do. They feed on other people's portfolios in order to make themselves rich, and they feel no kind of problem with just blatantly shilling things and telling them they're gonna get rich while full well knowing that this is a super risky investment. By the way, the irony is not lost on me that I got my channel deleted for one video on Dogecoin where I was saying people should be responsible, and that this guy is shilling a bunch of coins every single day and his channel's allowed to stay up, but whatever. And look, at the end of the day, these people aren't going anywhere. I'm sure Miles G will probably continue to make his videos. I'm sure DogeTubers will continue to make their videos, right? Across the spectrum, it's not just about Doge, it's about any kind of shilling of some cryptocurrency with ulterior motives. But you have to remember that they are not analysts, they're salesmen, and they're trying to sell you a bill of goods, often a bad one. So I don't think there's anything to be done about them. I think you, the viewer, have to recognize it for what it is and stay away for your portfolio's health. Or you could just learn the lesson the hard way and get burned eventually. But I'd rather tell you guys, help you out, help you save your money. So anyway, that's basically it. I hope you enjoyed this taxonomic look at DogeTubers. Now you can spot them for yourselves and save yourself and your family from the DogeTuber that may be near you. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. See you in the next one.
I know what you mean. This ain't what it seemed. Nothing but a trick, trying to sell me on a dream, but that was where you lost me. Wake up and smell the coffee.